Are you edgeless? Is your hair thinning and you have absolutely no idea what to do? Are you experiencing bald patches and/or alopecia throughout your once beautiful and luscious head of hair? If any of this describes you and you thought that the situation was hopeless, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can regrow your hair and reverse thinning hair. You can also naturally thicken hair that is genetically on the thinner side. So today I'm going to give you 7 really potent ways that you've probably never heard of to achieve exactly this.
People love to assume that this is just genetics. It's not. My hair used to be thinner, weaker, and honestly on the verge of breaking down. But I didn't settle for wishful thinking or random advice. I built a regimen rooted in science and sacred herbal wisdom. I focused on scalp health, I fueled my follicles, and I stayed consistent. This shine, this density, this regrowth, it came from merging ancestral herbs with clinical strategy, not just vibes. If you're dealing with thinning or you just feel like your hair's lost its spark, then keep watching. I'm walking you through the exact routine that brought my hair back to life. And yes, every product I mention actually works. I've used them. I make most of them, and I'm sharing it all.
Hey Z-Stars, what's good in the proverbial hood? It's your girl Zara, popularly and of course lovingly known as EfikZara. Now, if you've never been here before, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Now, I'm not trying to waste your time. It's 2025. I want to get right into this video. But of course, before we do, please be sure to thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy this type of content. Comment down below. Let me know what you think these tips are gonna be. Share this video with your balding friends and loved ones. And last but never ever least, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you know every time I post a new video. With that being said, then of course, without further ado, let's get into the video. But of course, please don't skip the ads so your girl can get to this AdSense coin. Thank you. So number 1, and I'm going to consider this the most important step, is get you some 5% Minoxidil. Now, Minoxidil is something that I think our counterparts in other communities are very fond of, but I don't hear much about it in the Black and African and Caribbean communities. So I'm here to tell you today that please do not be deceived. Minoxidil is extremely effective and it works in a different way from our typical hair growth products. Now I'm going to explain exactly what it does. Minoxidil is a really potent vasodilator, and what that means is that it encourages blood flow to the scalp by dilating the blood vessels that are in the scalp. This increased blood flow, of course, brings more nutrients to the scalp, and because you have a lot more blood there, it also encourages capillary growth with consistent use, which improves the overall blood supply to the scalp. Now, why is this important? It's important because blood not only carries oxygen, it carries nutrients and basically everything that is needed to support healthy hair growth from your hair follicles. When you're using something like Minoxidil, it actively puts your follicles in the anagen phase. Now, there are a lot of people that say, oh my god, my hair shed on Minoxidil after using it for a month. That's because you didn't use it long enough. Now, chances are if you're experiencing extreme hair fall, hormonal hair loss, alopecia areata, traction alopecia, etc., you have a lot of hairs in the telogen phase. Now what that means is that they're pretty much about to fall out. So in order for your hair to enter the anagen phase, it needs to shed those hairs, and your follicles need to be prepared to produce stronger, sturdier, better rooted hairs that are robust and will stand the test of time. Now, if this is the only thing you do, please let it be this Minoxidil, but make sure you get 5%. 2% is a scam, and it's marketed towards women. It's not really effective, just get you some 5%. And beyond that, of course, it's going to be a bit more expensive because that pink tax. If you don't know what that is, I could put a definition on the screen for you. I'm going to put Minoxidil products in the description box down below so that you can check them out yourself. I'm going to include some that have DHT blockers as well as just straight Minoxidil. And for my Nigerian peeps, I'm going to show you the one that I use here while I'm in Nigeria on the screen right now. For the rest of you, it's finna be on Amazon, period. Are you tired of buying product after product that almost works but never quite delivers? Tired of formulas constantly changing, shelves full of half-used jars, And hair that still feels dull, dry, or stagnant, no matter how hard you try. Maybe you're stuck in a growth plateau. Your hair grows, but it's simply not retaining length. Or you're doing all the right things. Deep conditioning, moisturizing, protective styling, but still dealing with breakage, thinning ends, and strands that lack shine, bounce, or vibrancy. And when you finally try to style your hair in twister braids, it simply doesn't hit. That's because most products on the market are not made for your hair's actual needs. That's exactly why I created Enchanted Shea Remedies, a complete system of potent traditional shea formulas refined through almost 20 years of scientific research and hair care formulation. These aren't your typical DIYs or Pinterest recipes. These are targeted herbal-based treatments that thicken your strands, make your hair more flexible and malleable, deepen and restore your natural hair color, boost shine, lock in hydration while reinforcing the hair shaft, and through my revolutionary scalp-safe shea preparation, even support follicular health and hair regrowth. Shea isn't just a length retention tool anymore. It's a full circle growth and protection solution. And inside this guide, you'll get multiple ways to use it. As a butter, as a grease, as stylers, and even integrated into your regimen with hydrating leave-ins and penetrating oils for maximum synergy. No more guessing, no more wasting money, no more breakage, and no more plateau. Just rich, powerful formulas that sincerely work. Because you control the ingredients and tailor them to your hair. If you're ready to finally see your hair thrive, for real this time, the link is in the top right corner as well as the description box down below. Now, number 2 is dermarolling, and dermarolling is a really phenomenal support for this minoxidil, especially if you have follicles that, again, appear to be dormant or dead. Then definitely get you a derma roller because it's gonna wake them up even without the minoxidil. But they work really well in conjunction with one another, and I'm going to explain why. Now, derma rolling on its own creates micro punctures in the skin that encourage collagen production and the body's normal healing properties. So it sends blood to the region, it sends collagen and growth factors, and overall that encouragement of healing also heals the follicles in that region. Now, beyond that, it also enhances the absorption of the minoxidil, encouraging the minoxidil to work faster. So you might even see results more quickly if you're doing this. Now, if you're using a derma roll, just go straight to 0.5. 0.25 isn't going to do anything for you, number 1. Number 2, make sure you're using a titanium derma roller. Please and thank you. The other ones out there are kind of fake, and you don't want to injure yourself. Number 3, I'm going to show you proper derma roller technique on the next screen so that I'm not liable for anything crazy that happens. Please be very mindful, and if you experience discomfort, don't use your derma roller again. Please and thank you. And then before we get to that next screen, please also note that you need to disinfect, you need to sanitize your derma roller with isopropyl alcohol. I like to go with a higher concentration. Do that every single time before and after. Make sure you spray it all over the derma roller and allow it to dry before you use it and then after you use it.
Let's talk dermarolling, one of the most effective ways to boost scalp circulation and enhance product absorption. Step 1, of course, is to sanitize your tool. Always disinfect your derma roller with 70% isopropyl alcohol before and after each use. Step 2, start with a clean scalp. Make sure your scalp is freshly washed and free of buildup. No oils, no product, just clean skin. Step 3, roll gently. Using a 0.5mm derma roller, roll in straight lines, vertically, horizontally, and diagonally. Don't press too hard. Light, even pressure is all you need. Focus on thinning areas, but avoid active breakouts or irritated spots. Step 4, apply your topical. Right after rolling is the best time to apply your minoxidil or scalp tonic. Your follicles are more receptive. Don't waste the opportunity. Step 5, limit use. Twice a week is enough. More than that can cause irritation or damage. Let your scalp heal between sessions. Be consistent, stay gentle, and trust the process. Your follicles will thank you.
So did you enjoy that video of me demonstrating the derma roller? I sure hope so. And that's that on that. So let's move on to the next one. Next is Ayurvedic herbs. Now, this is another one that works in a very unique way and works in conjunction with these other two things. Now, there are a lot of herbs that are known for their hair regrowing properties, but I think Indians kind of did that ish best when they discovered Ayurveda. Now, the herbs they use in that particular practice are really potent for generally healing the body, and then beyond that, growing the hair. Now, for instance, you have something like hibiscus, which strengthens roots and prevents hair fall as well as reverses hair fall. Then you have bringraj, which is known as the king of herbs. It promotes new hair growth in a really dramatic way and improves the overall scalp health. You have amla, which is rich in vitamin C and enhances collagen, and there are so many more. Now I'm going to put them on the next screen so we don't waste too much time going over them because I have plenty of videos. I also have plenty of publications that talk specifically about Ayurveda and the many benefits, in particular my recipe Bible.
Now, I could go on for a whole hour just talking about how to actually use these herbs, but instead of cramming it all into this one video, I laid everything out for you in my publications. My scalp compendium has an entire section dedicated to Ayurveda, from the scalp treatments to the hair recipes, even meal plans that support internal healing. And my recipe Bible goes deep into how to prepare and apply the herbs that really work. So if you're ready to take your Ayurvedic routine seriously, everything you need is right there, linked below.
Now, my recipe Bible is a publication that I've worked on for such a long amount of time. It contains all of the potent recipes that I've used to make my hair grow and flourish. There's so many incredible reviews about this product. Why? And because everything works really well. I've not for once received a bad review about my recipe Bible, and that's something I take really seriously because I've poured my heart and soul into it. As you guys can see, my hair is extremely healthy. Why? Because I focus on creating products for myself that are not only holistic, but are super effective and extremely pertinent to my own hair journey. Now, what I love most about my recipe Bible is it's not just for me, it's also for you. There's a recipe inside for each and every individual, including you. So please be sure to check it out. It's discounted and it's going to be linked in the top right corner. I can't wait for you to get your hands on it and let me know what recipe you make first. If you already have it, let me know what your favorite recipe is in the comment section down below and put a yellow emoji before the comment so I know that that's what you're talking about. Here are some reviews from people that have already purchased the books. You can pause to read all of them. Next, we have Ketoconazole shampoo. Now, it's actually scientifically proven to help people with androgenic alopecia. It's really great for inflammation, and it was also found that people who experience androgenic alopecia typically have a lot of activity of fungus malassezia on their scalps. Now, being an azole antifungal, ketoconazole really helps to combat that and can help restore a really healthy scalp microbiome. If you're experiencing hair loss, if your scalp microbiome is unhealthy, then there's no way you're going to be able to effectively reverse it. So get you some Nizoral. If you're not in the States, you should be able to get 2%. I'm able to get 2% here in Nigeria. Back home, I only saw 1% over the counter. I think you need a prescription for that 2%. Now, if you are experiencing inflammation, itchiness, flaking, then definitely you need that ketoconazole, and you should probably get some advice from your doctor on how to use it. Now, when I did experience my fungal issue, which I have some videos about, it's in a playlist linked in the top right corner, of course, I basically used it every single day. So I literally shampooed my scalp every day. But it worked for me and I was able to heal my scalp really effectively. So speaking from experience, ketoconazole is a miracle ingredient and I don't see any reason why we should be living without it. Please get you some ketoconazole if you're experiencing hair loss or your hair is thinning or it is already thin. It might actually help to reverse these symptoms that are causing the hair loss and then transitively encourage new hair growth. So number 5 is supplements. Now, a lot of people take their nutrients for granted, but you absolutely cannot if you want your hair to be thicker, longer, stronger, or you want to reverse hair thinning and hair loss. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is sometimes the root of their hair loss is actually linked to certain nutrient deficiencies. 2 of the most common deficiencies that have a super mega impact on how your hair grows out of your scalp are vitamin D and iron. Again, I'm going to link basically a reference for every single thing in my description box so that you can actually take care of yourself and purchase these things via Amazon, right? I'm gonna link different types of iron supplements, but I know that a favorite is Geritol, which I think is essentially an iron supplement and a blood tonic. So it supports overall blood volume health, if I'm not mistaken. For vitamin D, it's really important to take that in conjunction with vitamin K2 for it to actually be effective and more bioavailable. Now I'm going to put some more information about that on the next screen so you guys can get a more well-rounded understanding of why this is so important.
Let's go deeper than the usual fluff. These are the nutrients your hair literally can't grow without. Protein. Hair is made of keratin, a protein. Eggs, fish, organ meats, and yes, plant-based sources like tempeh and quinoa if you're vegetarian. Iron. Iron is responsible for carrying oxygen to your follicles. Heme iron from red meat is the most absorbable, but you can still make plant-based iron effective by pairing it with vitamin C. Zinc. Zinc regulates scalp oil production, reduces inflammation, and plays a key role in follicle repair. Best sources: oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds, and chickpeas. Biotin. Biotin doesn't magically grow hair, but it does support keratin production. Egg yolks, liver, and whole grains are solid choices, but supplementation is common for a reason. Vitamin C. You need it to synthesize collagen and to absorb iron properly. Fresh citrus, berries, and bell peppers are excellent options. Omega-3 fatty acids. Wild-caught fish, cod liver oil, flax seeds, and walnuts are key. Vitamin D and B12. Low vitamin D has been linked to alopecia and poor follicle cycling. B12 is vital for cellular energy and follicle regeneration.
Now, I hope you enjoyed that little infographic, but I do have to add one more very important thing. DHT blockers. If you're suffering from androgenic alopecia, then you need to be taking DHT blockers. Now, I'm going to put in my description box several DHT blockers that are well-rounded and contain things like pumpkin seed oil or saw palmetto. So you're not popping a million pills trying to solve your hair loss issues. No, that's not cute. That's not kosher. But it's so important that as you're combating this hair loss externally, you're also supporting healthy hair and regrowth of your hair internally. Number 6 is caffeine. Caffeine is actually a really undersung hero in our Black community for hair regrowth and overall scalp health. Get you a caffeine serum if you don't know what's up. You could even do a coffee rinse with some strong black coffee. You will still reap the benefits of the caffeine. Now, some brands that contain really awesome caffeine tonics are Plantor and the Inky List. There's still other brands that have caffeine tonics and serums. And again, if you're not trying to spend that money, just do a caffeine rinse every time you wash your hair. But please do not skip this and apply this particular type of serum regularly to enhance follicle stimulation. It's so important and it's so helpful. Now, last but not least, and I'm sure you've never heard this, but you're going to take Tretinoin. Yes, the same Tretinoin you use on your face and use it on your scalp. Now, prescription strength Tretinoin makes Minoxidil significantly more effective, which is unsurprising because Tretinoin has that effect on the face as well. It enhances the effectiveness and the absorption of other products. Now, you're going to want to use it before the Minoxidil, and of course, if you're back in the States, you're going to need a prescription. Now, in Nigeria, you could literally get it over the counter. I never seen that anywhere before. So when I first came to this country, I was like, wow. Surprise, surprise. Now there are actually a lot of really potent medications that you can get over the counter, but I digress. That's a topic for another day. Now, if you're new to Tretinoin, I would avoid using such a high concentration on your scalp. Maybe start with 0.25. After a few weeks, upgrade to 0.5. If you're feeling super comfortable there, then you could give 0.1 a try. But of course, like I said, if you're back home in the States, you're going to have to get a prescription. So please consult your dermatologist and figure out what's going to work very effectively for you. But it's really effective for boosting the efficacy of the Minoxidil. Now remember, things that I'm urging you to do are absolutely going to help you regrow your hair and thicken your hair, even if it's just genetically thin. You don't have to live with thin hair. You can actually force your follicles to produce more robust, thicker hair. You can also increase your hair density with some of these techniques and then combining them with these Ayurvedic oils and rinses.
Question time! Do you actually think it's possible to permanently thicken genetically thin or low-density hair? Or is that just influencer delusion? If you had to pick just one for your regrowth journey, herbs or pharmaceuticals, which would you bet your hair on? Is the obsession with thicker hair actually rooted in comparison? And are we just chasing someone else's texture instead of learning to work with our own? Are we too obsessed with fixing our hair, especially when it's not even damaged, just genetically different? Do you think consistency matters more than the actual products, or is that just something people say when their routine's not working? Have you personally ever reversed hair thinning, or do you think most regrowth stories are exaggerated? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I can't wait to see your responses.
Now, just to quickly break things down, remember you're going to apply your minoxidil, your caffeine, and do your supplement on a daily basis. About twice a week, you're going to use your derma before you use the minoxidil. Weekly or several times a week, depending on the severity of your inflammation and fungal concerns, you're going to use that Ketoconazole shampoo. Ideally 2%, but if 1% is all you have access to, then that's fine. If you're new to Tretinoin, you're going to use it maybe once or twice a week before you use the minoxidil, but if you're a seasoned Tret vet, then you're going to use it every day before you use that minoxidil. And please, please, please be sure to incorporate those Ayurvedic herbs. Bring Raj, hibiscus, nettle, jatamansi, fenugreek, amla, brahmi, and so many more. It's literally a smorgasbord. And like I said, so you don't get confused, check out my recipe Bible. I also have my ultimate hair growth bundle, which is 30% off. You can have access to every single one of my digital products, my recipe Bible, my holy grail, my calendar, my planner, my oil renaissance, my scalp compendium, and now my Cheve recipes book. So please be sure to check that out. You definitely will not regret it. And it's literally going to give you every single thing you need to grow your hair. Every publication in there is a gem. And there's a reason that I've sold over 2,000 copies of this particular bundle. So be sure to check it out. Let me know how it goes. You're definitely not going to regret it. Now remember, if you want to see your hair come back, if you want to see it full, vibrant, luscious, a light that you've never really seen it before, then please be consistent. These kinds of routines require daily attention, and I know that you can do it. So again, don't give up. Be sure to check out the description box so you can start this particular journey, and comment down below if you have any questions. I love you so much. I will see you later. Subscribe, thumbs up, all of the everything, and talk to you in my next video. Bye, Z-Star.